America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Big up, welcome in to episode 197. 197, 3 away from the big 200. But how are you doing? Hopefully you're talking to me nicely tonight. Big up, welcome in, United Spurs of America. Yes, Sirski. Look at that picture I got next to me. Who's that? Nico Williams. I find it funny. I find it interesting that there's two players with their respective clubs. They have a good game. They're on the tip of everybody's tongue. And then all of a sudden I see Alistair Gold saying, we're interested in them. Yeah, we might be. Shout out Gucci Mane. Say, bitch, we might be. All right. Actually, he said, bitch, I might be. But I might, we might. I'm too inclusive. But how you doing? Welcome into the show. Welcome into the channel. As I slowly down with this music. Hopefully you're doing well. Obviously got that to talk about. And then some weird random news, which, you know, 2024 is full of surprises. I'll put it that way. The fact, in 2024, just YouTube alone, like Troops was in my chat, Saeed was in my chat, and he rated. Like, those are some YouTube generals. And the fact that they even acknowledge the fact that there's a tiny body of water over here, that's crazy. And then you got all type of crazy news. Obviously, I think Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, I think it was. And then, you know, a whole bunch of conspiracy theories around a whole bunch of other subjects. But look, we're not here to talk about those things. We're here to talk about the interesting news. I didn't have it on my bingo card. Emerson Royale to Prison FC, ? Apparently, he's a naughty, naughty boy. And I ain't talking about on the football pitch. Where is it? Here it is. There you go. He's being investigated for criminal... Look, I'll make it so y'all can see that. He's being investigated. Can y'all see that? For criminal association, embezzlement, and procedural fraud. Royale's lawyers say, quote, "This is a non-conformity against a decision that has already become a final." I don't know what the fuck that means. That is some lawyer talk. It definitely sounds like a lawyer. But look, Emerson to jail. We thought he was going to Milan. I thought this was a pretty interesting little visual. Dang, I keep trying to zoom out of the wrong. Here we go. There you go. Emerson to jail. I don't know. Is my internet bugging out? I hate that. I hate that sign. But anyway, let's say hello to the chat before we keep going. But Emerson, I don't know what to say. Thought we were about to get 20 for you. Now it looks like you're about to get 20 to life. I don't know what he did. Let's not speculate. But allegedly he done something bad. And that's what I'm supposed to believe. So let's say hello to the people in the chat. Big up to Nate Pie and the whole Pie family. Sarah Pie, Little Pie, all the pies down under. Says, hit a like, OTC. I don't know why your first comment's about OTC. Big up Ryan Gloria. Says, no chance. No chance. Hey, some say Cindy Lou Who ain't going to get taken to the ball game. But sometimes you can find her at the ballpark. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we might find a way, Ryan Gloria. Ryan Gloria, let me know. Are you actually a Brighton fan, or are you just like a De Zerbi guy? I'm actually curious to know that. Big up Rich. Says, big up. Hope you and the fam are well, Jacob. Big up Rich. Appreciate that, man. Oh, I forgot. George is in the house. Big up George. Gifting that one United Spurs of America membership. Who did I go to? A little bit all over the place. All this, George, big up to you becoming a sponsor before the show even got to kick off there. Dave O, big up to Dave O, getting yourself that United Spurs of America membership. Big up to you. Let's see, where was I in the chatiola? Big up George every single time. Long, that's going to sound crazy if I said it, but I was going to say big and long supporter of United Spurs of America. But literally as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have. And speaking of maybe I shouldn't have, maybe Emerson Royale shouldn't have. Criminal association, so he knows a guy. Embezzlement and procedural fraud. Embezzlement, now, like, I'm familiar with what it is. It's, you know, there was a famous rap song that I believe was called Bezel, and it was about embezzling money. And Breaking Bad is also about embezzling money. But just so we're clear on the definition, embezzlement. Here we go. Hang on. Uh-oh. Oh, hang on. I gotta do it like this. If I do it like that, and then I do it like this. There you go. There's embezzlement. Apparently putting money in that front jacket pocket, per the picture on the right. Theft or misappropriation of funds placed in one's trust or belonging to one's employer. So before we do say it is Emerson Royale's fault, I do think we should say as well that maybe he trusted the wrong guy with with a stack of cash, and now he's associated, because the charges, by all accounts, by what it says here, criminal association. So if he gave money to a friend of his who turns out to be a criminal undermine, then that would be an embezzlement. That would also, but procedural fraud, what in the tarnation is that? Procedural fraud. Let's learn today. Procedural fraud. AI, fuck, I hate that Google's talking to me about AI giving me the procedural fraud is a criminal offense that occurs when someone manipulates evidence or uses other procedural methods to mislead a judge in a proceeding. This can include altering a crime scene, objects related to the crime, or condition of the people involved. Mr. Emerson Royale. Procedural fraud, sir. That, Oh, by the way, I got super distracted. I'm going to have a guest join us very shortly, so haven't seen him on the channel in a long time. He's an American brother. I can't wait to chat with him. He's had some great experiences since I've last chat with him here on the show. We're going to have a good chat. Let me say hello. Let me keep saying hello to the chat before we keep diving further into what did you do? What did you do? Done. That's some shame, I'll be honest. Where was I? Big Up George says, I wouldn't mind a slice of Nico Williams pie. That does sound like a good pie, sir. Hi, Jacob. Enjoyed the Cootie Watch Along. I'm glad that you did. I enjoyed it very much myself. Okay, it looks like my stream is still live. It's saying that I don't even have a connection enough to stay live. So hopefully that's not actually the case. So I'll just keep on going. But someone let me know in the chat if they cut me off again. Fucking YouTube. Yeah, Kuti Watch Long was great. He was perfect. He was fantastic. You know what? Actually, I think I have a little something to show you how good he was last night. I saved it just for the first person who look at this. So this is Argentina versus Canada. Ball progression, pass plus carry. Look who shines above them all. Oh, they told me lots of things last summer, baby. Last summer, they were not talking to me nicely. I'll tell you that. Last summer, they were quite frankly playing with my man's name, Cuti Romero. This summer, there's a little bit more respect. Oh, now Real Madrid comes sniffing around. Now there's a little bit more respect to be paid to my man, Cuti. But look at it. Talk to me nicely. Look at that fucking graph. Look at it. Huh? Messi, where you at? I don't see you. There you are. There you are. Anyway, I'm gonna keep saying hello to the chat. This Wi-Fi signal's actually, is it because I brought look, I made cookies and I was gonna share my cookies with y'all. I'll be real honest. A lot of YouTube channels don't do this. A lot of Spurs YouTube, a lot of football related YouTube, they don't do this. But I made a bunch of cookies and I was gonna share with you guys. But since my Wi-Fi want to be bugging, more cookies for me, I suppose. No cookies for you. Except George, you get some cookies. You quite frankly, you've earned these cookies. In a sense, you've helped pay for these cookies that I make my family. So how about that? Apologies for being late. Big Up Philip Bidwell says Nico Williams is way too good for Spurs. I believe you're a Liverpool fan, so I don't blame you in saying that. However, I just got a sneaking suspicion in 12 months' time you're going to be talking to me nicely, Philip Bidwell. Hopefully you'll be here. I'll be here, God willing. I'll be here. Philip, I hope you will too, my friend. We'll see you. Jazz Fusion says, thank you, Philip. Saves everyone from getting mad at me. Jazz Fusion, no one would get mad at you. They might, well, I mean, there might be people who get mad at you. Let's be honest. People get mad about all sorts of things. But big up, Jazz. You're allowed to play the saxophone to whatever tune you like to, my friend. No judgment, well, I will shame you if you're going to jail like Emerson Royale. I was going to say no shame, but if you're going to jail, then I'm going to have to give you a little bit of shame. AK4 Pete says, big up, Jacob. Big up to you, my friend. OTC says, don't want Williams near this football club. An overhyped winger avoid. Now, I will be honest, and some of y'all are probably going to be like, wow, Jacob, really? And I'm going to say yes. So before y'all say, wow, you actually... I've listened to quite a good deal of Lee Gunner, and he watches La Liga all the time. And he says this guy 7 out of 10 times fails to impress. And you know what? Like, I'll be honest. I watched him a decent amount, not this last year that ended, but the year prior, and I liked him. I heard the story about Inaki and Nico, and then I was watching them, and they both play together, but they play on different countries, and so I was like, oh, okay, this will be interesting, and I really liked him. And it seemed like the bigger he got, the more pressure that got applied to him, the more eyes became... It was tough for him, but yesterday, if you watch Spain versus Italy, he was probably their best player, you could say, so... I tend to trust people's opinion on La Liga players who watch La Liga more than I would trust my own. And now I've watched Nico Williams and the sample sizes, and I've very much enjoyed it. But I have seen games of Athletic Bilbao, Rocky Balboa, Atletico Bilbao, whatever it's called. I have watched a couple of their games. Honestly, it'd probably be cheaper, and not everyone's doing it, and they might make fun of us for it. But if we went and got Inaki Williams instead of Nico Williams, we'd actually have a legit number. Now, I like Inaki Williams as well. Nico did miss a header, which I would hate to see him miss that header in Lily White, because we would very much be disappointed. So maybe Williams is overhyped. I have heard that people, don't think his talents will translate well into the Premier League. I think it's neither here nor there. I think it's up to him and the system he's in for him to flourish. So for me, when it comes to Sir Nico, I'll tell you what I think. I've liked the player a lot for a long time. Danny Kiriakou and I've often talked about a year or so ago, and we were both saying how we think he would be good for us. And, who knows? I don't have a crystal ball. If you have a crystal ball, let me know, because a lot of people is crazy to me. And chats on the YouTube and the spaces and the podcasts, I hear, a lot of people talk with final, like a final opinion. Hey, I think it's like this, so therefore it's this. And it's just, sometimes we think we know more than we actually do. Salam alaikum. Royale, I believe that's formerly known as Taka. Salam alaikum to you. Alaikum salam, my brother. Hyper Protagonist, big up Yakub, big up to Hyper Protagonist. Just a harmless potato, how you doing? Hey, appreciate a little throwback with a little Holston, you know what I mean? This is one of my favorite Spurs kits of old, so I had to go ahead and decide to wear it tonight. Total Eclipse of the Heart is here. Says, big up Jacob, big up to you. Hey, appreciate you. Let me see if I can find you in the YouTube chat real quick, because I wanna make you a mod, because I've seen you out there promoting my channel, even when people are just talking about me and I'm not necessarily present. So big up for that, Total Eclipse. That is a way to be a promoter of the channel without even spending a dollar. All you had to do was just shout me out, and big up for that. So for that, I'm gonna make you a moderator as well, just so you feel you got the blue name. Only some people have blue names. Rich says, I knew it. Guilty. Royale is guilty of faking his qualification. Hey, maybe he was faking his ID. He's like, not actually the guy, Emerson Royale, who's like, he's a different human being altogether. We don't know. There goes that transfer. Hey, that's about 15 mil we're going to miss out, or what? Wilton McDonald is here. Good evening, Jacob. What's wrong with these overpriced, overpaid footballers? I don't know. Some criminal associations, procedural fraud. I had to Google what that was. I technically didn't know what procedural fraud was. But that's when you're being a fucking fraud. And I guess tampering with evidence, tampering with the crime scene, or tampering with the people involved in the crime that were witnesses and or involved. So I don't fucking know. There goes another Paquita. No, Paquita was betting 0%, says Ryan Gloria. Speaking of 0%, let's see how many votes there are. 34 votes in the poll. Thoughts on Nico Williams? 35% says great player and would cook for Ainge. He would absolutely cook for Ainge. And I like the way that I put that. I'm going to be real honest. I like how big. Oh, shit. Yeah. Big up Paul Beatty, my bro. Sorry, he was just texting me. I was like, someone just texted me. And it only pings it if it's important. So it was Paul Beatty, and that's important. Big up, Paul. Anywho, the way I worded this poll, thoughts on Nico? He's a great player and will cook for Ainge, irrespective of the fact of if he comes here, or if we pay his wages, or if he even would agree to. Hey, we ain't talking about that. What you think about him? And you know what? Everyone's saying he's a great player and he would cook for Ainge. Although, I was on Staffy TV doing a watch along with Steve, Will, and a few other people. And hey, pick up George. I'm getting super distracted now. But they mentioned Nico Williams' wage right now at Athletic Bilbao is at 280 a week or 230 a week. We can look into it in a minute. But let me say big up to George, my brother. Hey, just for that, I'm going to have to get you some kind of fucking camera animation. There you go. There's some balloons, my friend. How you doing? You're talking to me nicely tonight, George. Big up to you, my friend. Mount Everest Hotspur. The furthest north Tottenham Hotspur fan that there ever can and will be, Mount Everest Hotspur. Congratulations all the way at the tippity top of that mountain. You've received a membership, my friend. Big up to you. Big up for that. George, dubs in the chat for George. Dubs in the chat for George. So if he's on 230, or if he's on 280, or if he's north of 200, we're talking more than Toney and Ndombele money. Now, we did pay Toney and Ndombele 200,000, so that would lead me to believe that we might be able to do that. But it sounds like, to me, he's going to want a pay bump, right? If you're playing for Athletic Bilbao and you're making 200 some a week, and then you move to what is, I'm told, is a richer league, a better league talent-wise, and commercially, yes, it is, and popularity-wise, and money amount that's like in it, yes. You would imagine as Nico Williams, well, if I'm making 230, you probably need to pay me around 300, right? Or 250 minimum. And now we're talking about a substantial amount of money that is more than the amount of money that than Heung-Min Son would be earning. So you know what? Maybe we need to do what Emerson Royale does. Tamper with some evidence. Big up. Every time Emerson steps a foot on the pitch should be a criminal offense. Maybe that's what they got him up on. They said you represented Brazil. You wore the number 2 for Brazil. That is a criminal offense. That is procedural fraud, my friend. Yo, Spurs GCTV. Big up. Good to see you in the house. Hope you are doing well, Spurs GCTV. Mount Everest Hotspur is here. Says, big up, Jacob. Good to see you again. Good to see you, sir. All the way on the tippity top there where you belong. As the king you are. Big up Derek Smith. Says, I hear you, Jacob. I'm not ignoring you. Just been extremely busy. Big up to you, Derek Smith. And good to see you in the chat. I'm glad you're not ignoring me. And I'm, busy might be good. So sometimes, when we need a little dough, being busy is a good thing. Because then you start getting paid a little bit of dough. So big up to you, Derek Smith. Hope you are well and your family. And all that is just like the gravy train. Hopefully you're too blessed to be stressed. Speaking of gravy, what else did I... Wait. Did I already... Oh, here it is. Speaking of gravy. Yes, sir. Normal gravy. Different gravy. Cuti Romero. What a guy. Any chance I can. I'm sure he'll do fine in Madrid. Who are you talking about? Nico? Yeah, he might go to Madrid. No, he wouldn't. No way Nico Williams goes to Madrid, actually. They got Mbappe. They got Rodrigo. They're getting Endrick. They have, obviously, Vinicius Jr. They got way too many attackers. Really want to see Romero playing as a DM, says random YouTube commenter. Big up to you. They are chocolate chip, sir. They are chocolate chip. Big up George. So nice he had to say it thrice. OTC, congratulations. You have been gifted, my friend, a membership from George. So dubs in the chat for George. Let's get some fireworks. Or wait, this would be confetti probably. Confetti fucking balloons. Well, there you go, George. Double balloons. You know what? That's only 2 sets of balloons. I think it's double thumbs for the fireworks. So let's go fireworks. Let's go fireworks. You know what, George? I really did try. One more time. Yeah. Well, there you go. Reminding you to like and subscribe, everybody. Big up, George. I know you liked. I know you subscribed. Ow! Wow. There's a name you don't see too often. Well, I haven't seen too often, but when I see it, it hits like what I would imagine crack would hit like. Says, hi, Jacob, all the way from Tenerife. Where is Tenerife? Where the hell is Tenerife? Where the hell is Tenerife? But big up to wherever you are, 10-inch. I always hope you're doing well. Long time. One of the Godfathers. You know what I'm saying? On this, the day of my daughter's wedding. Ellen Sibley, all the way from Tenerife. I didn't put cotton balls on my. All the way from Tennessee. Tenerife, not Tennessee. Pick up Alan Sibley, man. Good to see you. Do you like Bakayoko or Nico Williams more? Ooh, great question. I think I would like Nico Williams more, which is okay. I think he's just grown a little bit more than Bakayoko has. Although, you think about it, PSV did win the league. Bakayoko has his first full season starting with PSV, Eindhoven over there in the Eredivisie. So I've actually admired them both. But Nico Williams, to me, like when I saw Johan playing for Belgium, and this is just obviously a little bit of recency bias sprinkled in there, but watching him for Belgium, he just looked a little bit uncomposed. I do think that the manager got it wrong starting Lukaku. He should have started Openda and maybe brought Bakayoko on a little bit sooner rather than like 7 minutes to cook. But Nico looked real nice the other day. And honestly, if that shot goes in, we're talking a whole lot nicer than Nico Williams. If I had to pick, I'd pick Nico, but I'd take Bakayoko too. I think both of them are far superior to what we've got at right wing as it is. I'll be so honest. If you're only bringing in a single wing, it should be on the right. I agree with you, Jazz Fusion. It's unfortunate because we spent $55 million, allegedly, what I'm told, 55.5 on Brendan Johnson, and I'm already like, okay, imagine if we had that 55 plus some, then we could have spent. But hey, we're here now, so we can only focus on the now. We can't focus on the money that we have spent. We can only focus on the money we are going to spend. We've got to do the right thing, Jazz Fusion. But Nico Williams, when I heard his price or his weekly pay, wowzers. 230. I gotta look it up. Actually, wouldn't it be on Transfer Market? Wait, let me do Nico Williams weekly wage. And then, oh my, no, this says he has an expectation of 3. So Liverpool Anfield Index, hang on, wait, here you go. Anfield Index is saying, bruh, Mo makes 350 a week. That's crazy because Son only makes 190 a week. How much is Nico? Wow. Anfield Watch says Premier League clubs have been informed of Williams' salary demand of over 300,000. 300,000. That's crazy. That's crazy money. But I mean, if you think about it, fucking Kai Havertz makes that. Gabriel Jesus makes that. If I'm Nico Williams, you better be talking to me nicely too. We talk football. Hi, Jacob. Nico is much better than what we got. Absolutely. So is Johan Bakayoko. Don't get it twisted. Nico fit the system that ended the year, not so much the one that began it. Hello. Everything okay? Okay. Big up, Davo. Thanks. Hey, dubs in the chat for George for gifting those member chat. Jacob, is there any buzz or talk of Cricket World Cup and your country's involvement there? I'll tell you right now, big up cricket because that's my shit. I'll be real honest. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Martinez is better than Kuti. Hang on. What's going on here? Let me get the picture for you guys. Who? Someone just rated me because the numbers just shot up a whole bunch. Hang on. Let me get this photo for you guys. Here you go. That's some normal gravy, and that's some different gravy. Also, I want to, you know what? This is a better picture for y'all to look at. Let me do this. There you go. Big up, Staffy, Griggs, Saeed Raid. See, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is exactly what I opened the show with. That I said, on my 2024 calendar, I didn't have Emerson Royale going to jail for being associated with criminals, and I didn't have Saeed TV even knowing what my channel was, let alone rating it for the second time. Now, big up everyone who come on over from Saeed TV. Thank you so much. Obviously, if Saeed sent you here, you got to trust the man's judgment, right? So go ahead and hit a like, hit a subscribe to the channel. Why not? It costs absolutely $0 to do. And then, you know, take a vote in the poll. It says thoughts on Nico Williams. I personally think Spurs will not meet his wage demands. We were talking about the insane amount of money that this man is asking for, over $300,000. So let me know your thoughts in the chat. Big up Griggs, big up Staffy, my two brothers that support, unfortunately, the wrong club. But big up to Saeed TV. I think I modded him last time. I hope he's modded already. But big up to Saeed, man. That's very nice. There's over 300 people here in the chat. Big up to you. Let me know your thoughts on Nico Williams. Obviously, that was the main thing that Tottenham's very own. I believe he works for Tottenham Hotspur, if I'm not mistaken. But Alistair Gold says Nico Williams is of interest to Tottenham Hotspur. So whether that remains to be true or not, whether this remains to be true or not, these are the things we're talking about. I also saw a comment earlier. I saw a question before. This chat is now moving crazy, so I'm going to have to just scroll to the bottom. Martinez over Kuti. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Martinez is not better than Kuti. I don't know what you're talking about. What are we doing? I want to play a video for y'all, but you know what? I'm not going to because Staffy said it's too long. Big up Staffy. On the road to 5K. We're almost there, my friend. So are you. So make sure you subscribe to Staffy TV. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Big up everybody. Come on. Don't be cheap like Ineos. Yeah, shout out Ineos. We are also sponsored by Ineos. So we're kind of friends if you think about it. We're sponsored by the Grenadier, which is a very large tank of a fucking car that Ineos makes. And I love the fact that Tottenham Hotspur said, we're going green, we're going zero emissions. And then a week later, we announced a deal with Ineos Grenadier. And if you don't know what an Ineos Grenadier is, they do a PR piece of driving with so-and-so. And when they took Vicario, they went and they took him to an Italian restaurant. So a little bit of cultural appropriation. I didn't mod Saeed. Oh, shit. See, it's because, honestly, I'm not used to 300 people in the chat. I'll be honest. I'm a very distractible individual. And usually the 60, 70 people that like to get in here and distract me, did Saeed comment and I missed it? I thought I modded it last time. Staffy, I think you said make you a managing moderator and then you can mod up Saeed because, oh, there he is. I found it. Boom. Hey, I found it on your YouTube. There it is. Big up Staffy. Big up Saeed, man. I do appreciate that, bro. That's, if I could ever get distracted with some love, that's what I'm talking about. That's the, you know what? There's only really one way to say it. And I can't say it correctly. So let me play it for you.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
Big up. So thank you so much. Emerson to jail, Prison FC, Kuti Romero. If you notice, Martinez is right here, by the way. I found his comment, Staffy. Don't worry about it. I modded him. I didn't find it in the StreamYard because the StreamYard is actually moved. There it is. Big up, Saeed. You say that, and then I look at this chart, and I don't want to say that the information you have is misleading you, but I do want to say, here's Romero, and then there's Martinez. Oh, little tiny Martinez. who I like to call, you know, they call him the Butcher. I call him the Butch. This guy is, quite frankly, he has to get his step stool out to reach the jam that's on the top shelf. He probably asked his girlfriend to open the jar of pickles too. Couldn't be me. I like my center backs at least over 6 feet personally. Also, if you think about it, I'm gonna say the same thing because there wasn't 270 people here last night, so I'm gonna get the chance to say this in front of at least 270 of y'all. And what I'm gonna say to you right now is, Lionel Messi never won the Copa America before Cuti joined. Lionel Messi never won a World Cup before Cuti Romero joined. Cuti Romero joins and he wins both of those aforementioned trophies. Who's talking to me nicely? Huh? This is a correlation. These are the things that I see. These are the things that I see, though. Am I supposed to lie to y'all? Am I supposed to just welcome to United Spurs of America, where I'm going to gaslight you into thinking that your little tiny micho macho, little tiki-taki nacho is all of a sudden... Come on. Come on. But you're right, Staffy. Big up to those of you who did subscribe regardless. That's love, because big up to you. There we go. Let me do that. Weirdo. Some weird people in the chat lately. But big up, Staffy. I appreciate that. I probably should have gaslit everyone on their way in and said things that I think that they want to hear. But unfortunately, I had to be real honest. And it's just, this graph's, you know, a picture's worth 1,000 words. That's what I'm told. Ten Hag Suffer says Romero is garbage. I'm glad you think so. I hope Real Madrid still feels that way too. Let's make sure that they do. I don't want them forking up the big bucks, because they will. It's eventual. It is inevitable. Good luck with Ten Hags. Big up. Big up Staffy TV, making sure to remind them. Drop a like before you dip. Drop a subscribe, or at least vote in the chat. Even if you don't want to help the channel grow, you don't want to see the likes go up, you don't want to do any of that, don't worry. It's okay. Just hit a like before you dip, or just vote in the poll. If you vote in the poll, to my knowledge, voting in the poll does not actually help the algorithm. So if you are one of those weirdos who doesn't want to support channels, who doesn't want to like, even if I don't like a guy, I still like the channel just because fuck it, bro. You're a content creator and it gives me something to listen to. So, you know, those are some very easy ways to support channels. Even if, you know, I don't like their club, I don't even like the guy. It's just fuck it, man. Content creators got to have each other's back. And that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Saeed came in here with the raid 30 minutes. If you honestly go back to the beginning of the show, if you don't believe me, in my intro, my very bad intro, I'm very awful at introing shows, but in the intro to the show, y'all, I even mentioned Saeed, the fact that he rated me. I was like, wow, the fact that happened. Troops was in my chat once. Like, 2024 is fucking crazy. 2024 is moving mad. What's going on, man? Hey, big up Paul G. Long time no see, my friend. Says, I'm off, Jacob. Knew you were on from Irish Hotspur chat. Big up, Paul G. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Left a like and speak soon. Good day to you. Nico might never go to Spurs. You know why I think this is true, sis VIP? Also, big up Football Carnage as well. Jacob, we don't want him, brother. He's all yours. Yeah, you wish. This is the thing. You think you're cooking with this. You really do. But don't worry. I got something for you, huh? I got something for you. But sis, I got something for you too. And this is probably going to only strengthen your argument. Nico Williams camp has informed that the salary demands over $300,000 per week. Now, our record signing was making $200,000 a week. So I would think it's a little bit of a stretch that we would exceed that in excess of $100,000 per week for just a Nico Williams. I'll be honest, that's crazy money. Heung-min Son makes $190. I was looking for his actual salary here, what he's making at Athletic Bilbao, to see if we could even give him. Actually, I don't trust that. That looks weird. It's FB Ref. That's the one. That's the one. I knew one of them was reliable. I was waiting to see the name. Where is it? Does it say here? I don't even think I finished lowering down the music. This show has been off the rails crazy. Let me lower this music here a little bit. I just heard it in my ear. I like to keep it just at a very bare minimum. Hey, big up George. There's the link for Saeed TV. Make sure you are subscribed. Bro, Saeed is actually, like, I know there's the whole, I see David Shear being like, no, don't give the red people mods. But look, George, no, David, I'm going to be honest. Saeed TV is one of the good ones. He is almost at 100K. He is like, I think less than 5K away from 100K. And at 100K, they're going to send him that cool, like, silver YouTube thing. Help him out. Hit this fucking link. Go subscribe to Saeed TV while I find Nico Williams' salary, because I don't know where it is. I don't use FBref all the time. I mostly use it when I'm live. Oh, here it is. Excuse me. But please go support Saeed TV. He's a fantastic content creator. He does all types of content. A lot of United, but he also does like video games. He also does, I know that ain't a lot of y'all's jazz either, because y'all don't fucking tune into the video game streams anyway. But over at Saeed, he also has Best of the Rest. There's a Spurs rep there, and then he also has another show that's like 5 a.m. my time, and George is on there, and that's another Spurs rep. I can't remember the name of that show, but it is at like 5 a.m. my time. But man, go check out Saeed TV. Help him get to 100K. Even if you just sub on your burners, just help him get to 100K. He's less than 5 away there, and that's actually fantastic. So come on, help him get there. Yeah, big up Jose. Says good evening and good morning all. Big up to you. I saw the link to Chiesa. I saw it as well. The plaque. Come on, we're plaque chasing out here. Let's get that plaque. And he does watch alongs. Hey, he does watch alongs for all the Euros. He has a Copa America watch along. So I'm actually gonna make sure I set up the redirect to send back to Saeed TV. I saw he's live for the Copa America. 1 second. Let me make sure I've got that. Bro, because he's doing content for the Copa America. Unless he canceled the stream and I missed it. But last I saw, I thought he was going to be doing a watch along. Maybe I missed it. Staffy, he canceled? Oh, what a guy. Oh, he canceled. Dang it. I know he's going to do, he's probably going to do the next Argentina watch along, so you make sure you're subscribed to Staffy TV and Saeed TV. I guess I can't set up that reader. I was just looking. I couldn't find it either, so he did cancel. Big up Saeed TV every single time. Suits, that's a new name in the chat. Big up to you. AW, Truly Unruly. That's a fun name. Says he canceled. Big up. Appreciate y'all. Let me know that. Nico Williams. This guy's making 200,385 euros a week. So that's $215,000 and 169,000 euros a week. So Son makes 190,000 euros a week. So, hey, maybe just because of the, y'all can't even see that. What the hell am I doing? What a shitty host. Let me zoom this in. Y'all couldn't even see that. There you go. This is what I'm looking at here. There's no way we're going to pay. There's no way. Ain't no way. Bro, Toney and Dombele was making 10.4 million pounds a week. So maybe, but he's definitely going to get a lot more money from everyone else. I did see that Olise got RIP Chelsea fans, you know. My thoughts, what do they like to say? Thoughts and prayers? Bayern Munich, yep. Have made contact with Crystal Palace. They've agreed with terms. Apparently he's turned down. I heard a lot of this, a lot of that. A lot of people, I think it's a lot of different stories going around, but I did see this. It was funny. I was on Staffy TV's watch along for the Euros, and when it came out, I think David Ornstein tweeted saying, "Oh, he's not going to Chelsea. He's not going to Chelsea." So, you know, hey, I'm a Spurs fan. We cope in different ways. And the way I was coping, I started making up a song about Eze and Olise, you know, about Eze and Olise playing at White Hart Lane. And I'll be honest, no one liked it. Staffy told me, he actually kept muting me, and he said he'd kick me off the show if I continue to sing my Eze and Olise song. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. Obviously, Olise was a very much long shot, because specifically last summer, everyone's saying that he was connected with Chelsea, but I remember him being Manchester City were the ones trying to come in and take and operate that or activate that release clause. Big up the Bridge, formerly known as the Bridge 258, but the Bridge, he eliminated the other 258 bridges. There was only one bridge and that is you, my friend. Big up for the raid. Big up to you. I appreciate you, man, for that. A lot of love, man. That's a lot of love in the chat. Y'all, come on. Keep hitting those likes. It helps the channel. Hit a subscribe. We're on the road to 5K. Thank you so much to those of you who have. 281 people here, and there's only, what, 62 likes? That's okay. We could probably hit 100 likes. I've got a dog in the background. Typically, YouTube likes it when Chewy's here for the show. So say hi to Chewy. No, wait, Chewy, you say hi to everybody. So say hi. There you go. See, Chewy say hi. Everyone's saying hi. See, Chelsea. Chewy's here. Everyone's good. We decided to get Werner on 180K a week. Look, I don't know for sure that that's what we're making. Now, Shamu, before we do dive into Timo Werner tangent, I do want to clarify. We had a different deal to activate, right, for 17.5 in the summer if we so choose. We could have done that. But instead, we restructured it. My hope, again, four-letter word, hope. My hope is that we fucking restructured the wage, the wage structure, the amount of percentage that they are paying, which was 0. In January, it was 0. But I'm hoping that they didn't want him so bad and that they wanted to say, you know, maybe we're spending 100,000, so it's not so bad. 100K a week is a lot better than 165. Maybe we're paying 65. We actually don't know the number. That is only a small chunk of what your channel makes, bro. If this channel was making 100K a week, Shamu, my family, we will move to Greece. I think in a distant future, I started a GoFundMe. Move my family to Greece. That's the goal, man. If I could do these shows from Greece, we're cooking. And a fraction, bro, if Werner could give me a fraction of that and sponsor my family's, you know, uproot into Greece, that'd be fantastic. That would be fantastic. Joel says, I want Ezzy. Hopefully he doesn't go to Tottenham. You know, at this point, I said Ezzy was coming. I said I need Ezzy like I need air. But if that was true, then I would have died about a week ago. Maybe 2 weeks ago, I would have died. Because no Ezzy news. Allegedly, we agreed to terms. But, you know, I'm going to go ahead and chalk it up that I'm hoping is because these players are in the Euros and their minds are so focused. I got to cook at the Euros. I mean, England is dog shit. I'm sorry to the England fans. I watched yesterday. What the fuck was that? I mean, I know when you couldn't even get a goal on America, it was bad. But yesterday, I mean, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg got fucking player of the match. It's so funny to me. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg got man of the match, bro. I don't think he's ever got man of the match even when he was an all-time starter at Tottenham Hotspur. Man of the match, you know. Ah, that's crazy. Y'all do have a sick away kit, though. I'll be honest. If anyone's got an away kit and y'all thinking about burning it because you hate Gareth Southgate, just send it to El Paso, Texas. I will gladly accept. Hopefully a double XL because I am a large man. I don't know how this comment from Joel got me on talking about the away kit from England. But that's about the only thing I like from that squad right now. Honestly, Harry Kane doesn't even... Who is this guy? Did he eat too much schnitzel? Maybe. I think he ate too much schnitzel. Speaking of eating all the schnitzel tonight, George with 5 gifted members, all sporadically spreaded throughout the entirety of this show. Big up Benito Sotelo getting gifted that membership. Benito's a big supporter of Staffy TV as well, so big up Benito. Couldn't go to a kinder gentleman. Let's see if I can get the fucking fireworks. Please, Apple, recognize my thumbs. No, I don't... Maybe if I scoot them back. No, it just keeps doing the one. I don't know. George, maybe the fucking system ran out of fireworks. But it's not working. It's not working. No. But big up Benito Sotelo. I mean, I guess I'll at least get you some balloons, right? That's the least I could do. Ben Kaufman, there's no amount of balloons that I could have animate across the screen. For being a member for 14 months, Ben Kaufman is the longest standing YouTube member of United Spurs of America and Patreon, if I'm not mistaken. Well, maybe not the longest on Patreon, but you were still on Patreon, if I'm not mistaken. So big up to you, Ben Kaufman, double dipper. And we like it nice with the chip. So back we had to go back and dip it twice, says Ben Kaufman, maybe. Allegedly, that's what he said. But a member for 14 months, that's long enough to have a 7-month-old baby, if you think about it, because you would have got pregnant, and then that's 9 months, and the baby comes out. Well, I guess 5-month-old baby. My fucking math is awful. We'd have a 5-month-old YouTube baby, Ben Kaufman. So big up to you. 14 months of 2-time hugs and immaculate vibes. Big up, Ben Kaufman, my G. You know what? I think I need a little Cuti Romero immaculate vibe injection. No, wait. Let me get an Ange Postecoglou injection. I think people need to remember that we have Ange Postecoglou. And I'm very much thrilled and excited about it. So maybe we get a little Ange Postecoglou immaculate vibe injection. Here we go. Let's go. Big up, Ben Kaufman. Appreciate the support, my friend. And big up to Benito Sotelos, gifting 5 memberships. He got gifted a membership, so he said, fuck it, let's dip into the piggy bank. And clickety clank, the money goes into the piggy bank, says Benito Sotelo. Shout out. Hey, if you know that song, you know. If you know that song, you know. All right? But if not, it's okay. Let me see who the 5 new members. Derek Smith, formerly known as the Plymouth Argyle Derek Smith. Welcome back to the club. I think you've been gifted a membership a few times now. Shamu Vandevu is back. El Tel Cocarel. Joel is a member now. And Rowan Kumar. Big up Rowan Kumar. Good to see you back in the membership category. Good to see you in the house, my friend. And speaking of in the house, my friend, we've got a guest. Oh, we've got a guest. And it's been a long time coming. And that's not an Ayo, because honestly, I've been inviting this guy for many, many times. He's such a busy man. And he's known as the world traveling man now. The man who can with the plan, and he might have a tan. I don't know. Let's welcome him to the show. Leo from Mile High Hotspur. How are you doing, my brother? Long time no see.
What's up, my homie? Your boy rocks a year-round tan.
Yeah, you got the A. Shout out to Melanin. But how you doing, my friend? Welcome back.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, bro. You're right. I have been wanting to come back, bro. It's just it just all lined up for me to hop on with you on here today.
Big up, man. Glad to have you back. Now, we're talking about a few things, and actually, I don't want to keep sharing this Olise thing. I think it was just kind of funny. Chelsea missed out on him, so hey, we're not going to have to worry about seeing him in any derbies. We're not going to have to worry about seeing him in the Premier League. Bayern are also in the Champions League, so we won't have to worry about that. So all is good in the hood, right? You know, if he can't come to Spurs, I hope he goes to another league, is what I say.
Right.
About Mikel Olise. But
it was fun to watch it, bro. Like if he is gone, I mean, it is a shame because he's a baller, bro. But yeah, it's better that he goes to a team that we're not going to be playing twice a year.
That's a blessing. I'll be honest. It's like with Kane, you know. If he would have gone to United, or if he would have gone to City or something like that, it was always like, well, now we're gonna have to see him minimum twice. Lord knows if you meet him in the cup competition, he might just disappear and you might get lucky. But that's neither here nor there to the Schnitzel eater. What did you? Actually, I was about to ask you about England, but I don't want to ask you about England. But I know you support England. But I want to laugh at you for supporting England. But I know I don't. I know you support the England national team, and it makes me like this, like it makes me want to punch something. But what's wrong with your boys?
Bro, it's a lot like watching Spurs play, homie. And I know you probably heard that throughout the community. Like it's a lot of similarities between the both teams, but I don't know what's going on, man. They got some ballers, right? They have. I said this in a chat the other day. It's like watching the Lakers play. Like it's just a star-studded lineup. You know, the roster is just stacked. But they're just not doing it, bro. It's a bunch of different personalities playing together, and at the top of it, you have a manager in Southgate who I don't think would even beat a can of beans in a game of chess, bro. So that makes me worry there too, you know.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I got distracted. Julian here says, this man on your panel hugs and shakes hands with Levy. This is blasphemous. Are you a treasonous traitor for shaking hands and asking the billionaire? I don't know if he's a billionaire, but the multimillionaire.
Hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna nip that in the butt right away, homie. I can hug, kiss, befriend whoever I want to. So let's start off with that. And
Cook, my friend, cook.
Yeah, right. And another thing is he had no choice but to give me a hug and to plug my channel because I coerced his ass into it, right? I had him into a corner. So the blasphemy there is on his part giving me a hug because he had no choice but to do it.
Oh man, I think it's funny.
I want to add some more context to that, bro. I want to add some more context to that. Levy, and I know there's probably like 4% of the fans that like Levy, and I'm not saying I do or I don't, but I'm just gonna say this: I gained a lot of respect for Daniel Levy because he took like 3 to 4 minutes out of his busy ass day to sit there and listen to me just waffle on about how much of a fan I am, right? And how much I love Spurs. I showed him my tattoos, right? And I explained to him like the things about my channel. And when I asked him to plug my channel, I think the only reason he did it was because something, and this is going to sound wrong too, something resonated with him about me. You know what I mean? Like, I think he saw something in me that resonated with him because he's a Spurs fan at the end of the day. Daniel Levy is a Tottenham fan. He just happens to be the one that's running our team. But I gained a respect for Daniel Levy in the sense that like he could have easily said like, hey, can somebody get this guy like and get him out of here? You know, but he didn't, bro. Like he took time to talk to me, man. And to me that's special.
Leo, first and foremost, I want to say the first part I can't emphasize enough. You're going to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Give a damn what anyone says about it, bro. So big up for that, you know, and about your respect for Levy, this, that, and the other. I don't give a damn what anyone really feels about Levy because their feelings about Levy don't affect how I feel about the club or Levy. So I don't know why people get so upset about it. I did go ahead and end the Twitch stream because that is the same account that always comes in here and like I think they're the same person that DMs my Twitter account with just random weird stuff like who's more of an alpha male, Pierce Morgan or Andrew Tate. And I'm like, bro, you really need to go outside and get some sunlight.
Did you answer though? Did you answer? Did you answer?
Bro, what am I supposed to answer with that? What is my response? I didn't even respond.
How were you feeling? Yeah, how are you feeling on the day?
I just leave it on red. But Leo, I'll tell you this. You're allowed to feel however you want to feel about Levy. You can say fuck Levy. You can say I love you, Levy, or I respect you. Or hey, thanks for saying subscribe to the Mile High Hotspur. You know, for me, I probably would have gone about it differently, but that doesn't mean that I should be like, shame, Leo, because you didn't do exactly as I would have done as a human being. You know what? All these people, too, that do that, you probably live geographically closer than Leo. So realistically, you have a better shot at getting to him. If Leo could just pop up, exactly. If Leo could fly across the fucking world, pop up in the stadium and meet the motherfucker, so can you. Look, there's Julian. Yeah. Where do you live, Julian? Because this guy, he went all the way over there and he said whatever the fuck he wanted to Levy. And I would say you can too. You know, you get a job, you save some money, you can spend some money and go see Levy. And
the first thing I did, Jacob, was I dusted myself off and I had to go big up. I ran into the homie Nick there too. I had to call Dago in and say, hey, my homie. I had to like brush my hands and wash my hands of that right away because you know Dago's the homie, bro. And away
you're like, Dago, I'm about to post a video and I need you to know it's one of those. I started watching this show called Clipped and it's about the Clippers. The guy, the owner, whenever he said those racist remarks and then his mistress recorded it and blackmailed him into selling the thing. So there's a good show about it with the dude from The Matrix. I forget his name. He's a fantastic actor.
Morpheus.
But
wow, okay.
Yeah, Morpheus. Morpheus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
And I don't know, it just reminded me of that. Like, anyway, I digress. But big up, man. I'm really glad that you got to experience that. It looked like something beautiful. And you know, I think people take shit for granted. Of course, he's a short guy. He looks like a short guy. He acts like a short guy.
Mr. Burns.
Oh, jeez. Do I have any Levy clips? I thought I was. I don't have any Levy clips. I was gonna try and segue to a Levy clip, but you know what? This wasn't about Levy. It's just interesting that, bro, look how famous you are. You just popped in, and then boom, bunch of people were like, "This guy shook hands with Levy, this motherfucker."
Yeah.
So whether they love you or
Yeah.
they hate you, either way, your name is on their tongue. So
They know me.
Jerry Jones
Yeah,
always
hey,
says,
they
"Any
know me,
publicity is
baby."
good
Yep.
publicity," and that's a
Yep,
good segue
yep.
to say in the description of this video you can find it is blue. It says Mile High Hotspur 1882, where you can find this man and his channel. And you can, you know what? While we're here, look, this is the channel. This is Mile High Hotspur. This is the homie at the press conference area. And here's what's triggering so many people. Look, I already liked it. Oh,
Nice.
wait. Missed the audio. Hang on.
Thank you.
Here you go.
I was buzzing,
Please
homie.
subscribe to the Mile High Hotspur. Yes.
Subscribe to the Mile High
Thank you.
Hotspur.
Thank you.
Subscribe to the Mile High Hotspur. I like
See,
the way he
and
said
just
it.
before I cut
Fun
out,
accent.
I untied him, right? I untied him and let him go.
Hey, go subscribe to the Mile High Hotspur. Fantastic.
I'm actually going back in November, bro, if you want to go, man.
Bro, I hope. I was trying to go last year to they had the double header, or not double header, but there was 2 home games within 4 days of each other. It was like, if I go out there for a week, I could catch 2 home games if I, get the tickets and all that shit. But then that was like right around my wife was like, I'm pregnant, and it was like, oh God. And then it was like, I guess I can't go spend fucking over $2,000 just to get my ass over there. Plane tickets are not fucking cheap. Big up Mud.
Yeah.
You can't have, but there's the video, man. It's a little 8-second video, man. And look, people are already saying hello to you. But talk to me.
One of the best 8 seconds of my life.
I was
bro.
asking you about England and why is Højbjerg better than Rice? Talk to me. Your boy Rice, your England wonder boy.
No.
Your England wonder
No. I draw
your
the
3
line,
lion
man.
stud.
Yeah, okay. We can say that, but he's not my boy. He's not. Levy's more my boy than Rice is my boy. Nah, bro. I mean, like I said earlier, homie, it's just a bunch of players that probably they just don't know how to play together, bro. And I was thinking about this the other day, and I want the chat will know this better than we probably will. But when is the last time a Premier League was won by a predominantly, like a predominant English team, right? City is a team of foreigners. City is a team of players brought in, right? Liverpool was a team that had kind of got built up with a bunch of different foreigners. When is the last time that you've seen England produce a team that is capable of even winning the Premier League? And I don't think it's happened, bro. So England, like, we might have some ballers, bro. I say we, like, if I'm English, but like England might have some ballers, but it just doesn't work, bro, because they don't always all play together. You know what I mean? The best England team that I watched, homie, and the reason I'm an English fan, Jacob, is because when Tottenham had the spine of the English team, that's when I got into the English team, right? Because Tottenham had the fullbacks. We had we had the defensive midfield.
So you're saying,
we had the
saying you showed up to the party, then all your friends left, and now
They
you're
left
stuck
me
at the
there,
party.
homie,
And
and I'm
do
still
you want to be
chilling.
there? Or are you still just chilling? You said, "Fuck it, we're riding."
I'm chilling, homie. I'm riding now.
You getting
Eventually, they're
Whataburger at
gonna
3
come
a.m.
back.
with them or what?
Oh, I'm waiting.
I know
out
y'all
one
ain't
for
got
the
it out.
Portland
I know y'all
Mofos.
ain't got
Hold
that
up,
out there in
dog.
Colorado, but
We got In-N-Out.
oh, that's weak. That ain't no. Don't talk to me about no Whataburger.
That's exactly
Come
what a
on.
person that eats Whataburger would say, though, bro.
Bro, Whataburger for life. That's why it starts with a W. All right, not no In-N-Out. Baby, sit down. Let's take our time now. Ain't no fucking
That is
rush.
true. That is
What are
true.
we
That
hustling
is true.
for? We rush our whole
Right.
lives to get to work, get here, get there, do this, do that. When you sit down, you enjoy yourself a juicy, delicious burger.
Yeah.
Why not sit
I
down
don't know,
and enjoy
over
yourself
here.
for a while?
You're In-N-Out, baby. In-N-Out. That's how you got to move. In-N-Out.
Well, so let me talk to you about what I actually have scheduled for this show, because I try to keep tabs open so I see it. And I'm like, oh, procedural fraud. That's Emerson Royale. Then I have another tab. That's Fabrizio Romano, because someone said Fabrizio Bomba, but I didn't see it. And then there's obviously this. which I find funny. Now I'm going to set this question up in a way for you, Leo, that's going to make it fun for you to dance. There's the hipster center back from Italy named Calafiori or whatever the fuck, the hipster kid who so his first game, he had a fantastic game, and then he was the name on everyone's tongue. Yeah. And all of a sudden, Alistair Gold says, Tottenham are interested in this guy. Okay. And then yesterday, Spain plays. Very boring game. I don't even remember what the final score was. I think it was like 1-0 Spain off of like a booty-ass goal. Something like that.
What was the own goal? But Nico
Williams,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an own goal by Calafiori. You're right. And then guess what? Nico Williams was the best player in that game, and everyone's talking about him. Now Alistair Gold today. Spurs are interested in. So are we just? And I'm going to bring up a banner, and I might need to add to it. I'm actually going to be added it. Here, hang on.
And that's, I mean, usually, bro, when I see Alistair Gold, and I'm not that big on X or Twitter, whatever, however you want to go about it. I'm not that big on it, but when I do see news and it's associated with this guy, Alistair Gold, or either Fabrizio Romano, then I do take it seriously. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
That the banner is live and direct. We've officially added. I'm gonna see how long this motherfucker can get. Desire, believed to be looking, inquired, prepared to be considering, and now officially are interested. The list is going to be ever growing. We'll see how long it gets. I'm hoping, if I'm putting money on it, I'm going to say it exceeds the amount of characters that StreamYard will allow you to put in a banner. I'm going to go out on a limb. But we'll see where we're going to. Now, Nico Williams, we are officially interested. Abrechiezi, we desire him. Wait. Now
I think that one's done, Jacob. Okay.
You think it's done? You think he's gone, or he's coming?
Think it's done. No, I think he's. Yeah.
You saying Bomba? Wait,
I just
official
like
ITK Leo with the ITK.
Look,
just
guys,
say fuck it, bro. Just lean in. Bro. Say I know a guy.
I feel like it's done, but I mean, if you were gonna save that for later, we'll get into that later, homie.
No, Leo says it's done. Shemu's celebrating. It's official Bomba. I'm gonna say this.
Nice to see you, my homie.
Yeah, big up David Shear every single time. That's a legend in the chat right there. Yep. Big up David Shear. Nico Williams for you. I do want to talk about Ezzy and all that bullshit, but I was setting it up in a manner in which to throw it at you, so it's most complicated, and likely you've forgotten most of the aspects I've spoken about. This is why, like, when I had a panel show the other day with a mixed panel, I was like, bro, I start saying this, and then I say this, and then I ask him a question that sometimes had nothing to do with anything I said, and so it's quite the tricky part. So this is the fun part for you. So Calafiori. Oh, the Italian pizziati. We say, oh, that's a bigger meatball. So fry up the spaghetti. You don't fry spaghetti. Twirl the spaghetti with the spoon.
You said fry up the spaghetti.
I said fry up the spaghetti. Now the Spanish guy has a great game. I've heard he's kind of a sometimes maybe good, sometimes he's disappearing with Nico Williams, but. It's funny, they both have good Euro games. Is this just Alistair Gold chum for us to feed off of? Us little fishies, and he just throws some garbage into the ocean, and we're the little fish. By this, let me eat the little.
See, but that's just
is that what this is?
I don't associate Alistair Gold with chum food like that, bro. Like that's why. You just start to see this everywhere, bro. Everybody is starting, like you said, just putting up those words there for the headlines, bro. And I hope there's some smoke, where there's smoke, there's fire. But yeah, I hope he's not just tossing out stuff like that just to get the clicks, bro, because that's Alistair Gold.
I know. We know Fabrizio operates in this manner, but apparently it's Alistair Gold. This is the guy.
Fabrizio's gone a little sus. Fabrizio's gone a little sus on some things lately, bro.
What, retweeting his old tweet with a set of eyes and a couple circles?
No, just I think maybe.
Bro, he just made 5K off that. Maybe. He made. Bro, he's tweeting and retweeting his own shit because it makes money.
You just said it. There we go. You just hit the nail on the head with the hammer.
And this is the part for me. Where I used to just say, oh, okay, it's fine. And everyone's going to follow Fabrizio because obviously they like to call him the tap-in merchant and say like, oh, he's not going to, say something unless it's for sure. But like, he's always had the inside scoop even before the Here We Go was copyright and trademark. So there is someone he knows, like, he knows people in the game. And I've often equated Fabrizio Romano to the just non-contracted Adam Schefter, which if you know American football, Adam Schefter is the guy who knows all the in and out workings with every player deal and every team. And the reason he has all that information is because he's BFF with all the agents and all their companies. They all kiss his butt, and they have been for a long time. He's had, like, his friends he went to college with became the big boys at all these different sporting agencies that represented all these players. And then NFL Network said, oh, this is the guy with the fucking master plan. Then he went to ESPN. I think he's still at ESPN. But basically, Fabrizio is that guy. And I guarantee you, he knows a lot of people that work in a lot of these agencies. That's how he gets leaked this information. And then if you're decently vague enough with enough of a crunch and munch on the chum, then it's really a snowball effect. It starts picking up, and then year after year, every window, people turn on Fabrizio notifications. Every time he tweets, I'm going to find out because he's going to be tweeting about some transfer shit. And so, whether he's a sellout, whether he sends these Norwegian clubs $6,000 invoice, I'll boost up your fucking star boy for 6,000 of your Norwegian dollars.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? That is a sellout, in my opinion. But he does know somebody, and he does have an inside route to the information. So big up to him for that, I suppose. But anyway, Alistair Gold is not that. But Italy have a big game. Calafiori is the name on everyone's tongue. Alistair Gold, Tottenham are interested in Calafiori. I did a fucking show about it. Now, then today, yesterday, Spain, this guy has a great game. Everyone's talking about Nico Williams. Now today, Alistair Gold, this is 2 out of 2. Now, if next fucking time there's a young kid balling and I see if we go 3 for 3, I'm gonna start asking questions. And Alistair Gold's been accused of being a brown envelope for Tottenham Hotspur, being a mole, so to speak. Throwing out the chum for the Sharks only keeps them at bay, and maybe that's what he's here for. What do you make of that?
I mean, it's a dog-eat-dog world, so if that's what he's got to do, that's what he's got to do, man.
Full shamelessness. Leo, you know me well enough, and I've said it enough times on this fucking channel alone, that if Tottenham Hotspur want to pay me money and send me a script, I will dance, I will clap, I will do what you want if the money is right, baby. I don't give a damn. So, Alistair Gold, no shame. Fabrizio Romano, no shame. You just a dog-eat-dog world out here. You trying to make sure your kids got something to eat on. I understand. I feel you as a father. I worry about those things. Can I set my family up to be better off than I was when And so I respect it. And I'm more just like, shit, you want to pay me some money too? I ain't going to be mad about it. But you know what? Until then, you will know. I'll be so censored. I won't say all the curse words I love saying all the time. I won't, it'll be very obvious that I've pivoted if I become a brown envelope, So
I
talking
have
if you're listening
for you though, bro.
I'll do it. What's up?
I have, and for the chat as well. Why would we really pay too much attention to links to these players that are just coming out for their performances in the last couple of days? Wouldn't that to you mean that like we're kind of just throwing bait out there and seeing who's going to take a bite? Because one, if you have no plan yet and you're relying on seeing who's really going to ball out in the Euros so that you could try and go pound for pound with these big clubs that can make the right bid, I don't really know how that works. If we looked at Nico Williams 6 months ago, then I think 6 months ago we'd have known if we're going to sign him or not. We're not really relying on the Euros to kind of put himself into the shopping window. If that makes sense, right? Like, we should already.
These competitions always flatter. Look at what's his name for Switz. He always balls out. Shaqiri. Shaqiri for Switz. He scored a hell of a goal for Switzerland the other day. Like, this guy always scores crazy goals for Switzerland, but he plays for Chicago Fire.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were kind of, you were going to talk about how like James Rodriguez had that breakout World Cup and then got that big move.
Yeah.
Players do move, but that's if you got the money to say, you know what, let's fucking go sign this player because he could probably help us, bro. If Ange is seriously sitting at a round table with all these, with Levy, Paratici, whoever you want to put on that table. Still, right now, bro, we're in trouble. If he's still having discussions right now as to who we need to bring in, we're in trouble. Which is why I told you earlier, I think Eze's already done, homie. Because this shit has to be done already, bro. You can't just go into the off season, bro, with no freaking ducks in line, thinking by the time August and September come around, them ducks are gonna be in a line. It don't work like that either, bro. You know what I mean?
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
I think
Big up
Eze's-
Nick Lazy 8 with the super chat here. Says Paratici uses Fabramano like I use a VPN. Don't look here, look over there. A little smokescreen action. Big up Nick Lazy 8. Still enjoyed that show that we did the other day, brother. That was a fantastic chat. Hope you're doing well and the family's all blessed. And big up for being a sponsor tonight, even further of the channel. Thank you so much. But you mentioned something, Leo, that I did want to also throw out here because I didn't want to completely ignore the news that I saw this before the show, so it's not actually in the title, and I will be adding it into the title because, who doesn't like a little clickbait? But allegedly, Tottenham have overtaken Newcastle United and are in pole position to sign Federico Chiesa from Juventus. Spurs swiftly entered the fray, engaging with Chiesa's representatives in a bid to land the midfielder quickly. This is per the Gazzetta. Now, I've seen them a lot. Let's see how many likes. 1.9 fucking followers. So you would imagine they know, maybe not a little, but enough to where it's not just complete BS. But big up to Chiesa, This is a name that I remember. Can't remember who it was I was talking with, but someone was like, I can't believe that Federico Chiesa actually hasn't been linked with clubs yet. And now it looks like, I guess allegedly he was linked with Newcastle United. But do you think we could get Chiesa in? If we're getting him in over Newcastle United, which they don't have European ball next year.
Right.
What do you think?
Okay, so what is he? Is he a winger? Is he predominantly
What is
a
this
winger, or
supposed
is
to
he?
mean? Graham, what the fuck is this? Big up to Sava being back, but I don't understand why Levy lovers beware. It's crazy. But go ahead, Leo.
That threw me off, bro.
Bro, it's crazy. I said it in the show. The chat's been moving crazy. Spurs chats have been fucking weird all season, and then when the season ended, it got even worse. And it was like all the good people left, and all the weirdos are just saying like, Levy lovers beware because a YouTuber is back on YouTube. What is there to beware of exactly? Is it fucking? It's not like the French are coming, or what is it? The English are coming. What's it? Old Nantucket? What do you do? Not Nantucket.
Yeah, I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a history lesson, but big up to him being back. That's cool. But
No, Jacob,
Chiesa, for you, Leo, have you seen him? Do you know a lot about him? Do you know nothing about him? What are you at?
I know that he was like a name on a lot of lips maybe 2 seasons ago, maybe even last season. Bro, a lot of these ballers have kind of fallen off, bro. A lot of these Italian ballers, and that's no go at them at all whatsoever. It's just, the Zaniolos, this guy here, the Chiesas.
Well, apparently he
kinda
didn't do good in the last system, and then that guy left, and a new guy came in, and I guess it's still not amicable that they're working.
He's at Juventus. He's at Juventus, right?
Yeah.
Chiesa's at Juventus, yeah. Well, it'd be dumb of him to leave Juventus now, bro. If you got Thiago Motta coming in there, bro, Thiago Motta plays some attractive football.
Yeah, that's why they're saying Juve is not going to get Pierre-Emile Højbjerg either, because why the fuck would he want to do that?
Change, yeah.
So, I mean, who's going to buy Højbjerg?
I would take him, though, homie.
Oh, yeah, about Chiesa, sorry. That's what we're talking about. Not Højbjerg. He just got man of the match against your boys. So, hey, you know what I mean? That price going a little higher. He was cooking. I often call I called Højbjerg as a joke one time. I called Declan Rice one time. I think he had a shitty game versus Luton. They barely won. And then I said something like, oh, he's just a spicy Højbjerg. Like, Højbjerg's a basic chicken sandwich, and Declan Rice is a spicy chicken sandwich. And yesterday, who was the spicy chicken sandwich, my G?
Yeah.
I mean, the voters say, come on now.
Well, I mean,
shout out Pierre.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's not getting linked with a new contract. Alistair Gold.
Wait, you say Alistair Gold's getting a contract extension?
No. I'm saying I'm surprised Alistair Gold hasn't came out and said Højbjerg's getting a contract extension for his performance yesterday.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was. The comments are fucking weird, man. I'm actually gonna move a tab over so I actually don't see the comments anymore. So that way I can have just a conversation with you because people are moving wild, you know. And I'm just gonna say, like, let's not talk about people in the chat because this isn't fucking high school cafeteria. So let's all just be nice. Let's just be nice. Unless you're an Arsenal fan.
Arsenal, oh yeah! Arsenal, oh yeah! Arsenal, oh yeah!
Oh yeah,
we are the Gunners.
Such a great clip. Anyway, now there I go. I can't see the chat anymore. Y'all are fucking. Y'all are just.
Turn my fucking tablet on.
Oh, was that the sounds of incognito mode screen being open?
Nah, sounds like yeah. Yes. Yeah, man,
Oh yeah.
Some good sound bites out there, bro. He needs some milk. He needs
Oh yeah, I
some
do.
milk.
I do got the milk. I got this one.
I love son.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Big up John Dank. Big up Hotspur Hippies in the house. There's two very cool kids there, folks. Hey, big up Paul Legend. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Big up. You're on crack if you think Højbjerg is close to rise. Now, it started as a joke, and it was just funny because it's like when you get a little bit of redemption for something ridiculous you claim out of bias and agenda, and you're like, hey, this only helps my bias and agenda. Like, give a fuck about all the other shit. When they went head to head, who was man of the match?
Yeah. Denmark's midfield was bossing England's midfield yesterday, the other day. That's just a fact. And Rice was in the England midfield. That's just a fucking fact.
Rice, well, you know, Gareth Southgate is a criminal, so I often equate him to the British version of Greg Berhalter.
Who's that, the coach for the USA team at one point?
You don't even know who the manager is of the USA team?
I'm not a USA fan, Jacob.
U.S. men's national team, the nation in which you live in and reside and pay your government taxes on yearly?
I get my taxes taken.
Oh, you don't pay? You don't get paid on tax day?
Yeah, I do, bro, but I get taxed on that too. Shit, we could go into that on a different show too, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Look, no, someone told me I need to start another channel called Jacob's Agendas because I like to hold people accountable for their actions, you know. And so when people are bigging up players, I'm like, well, let's not forget, you know, what these players are doing. LOL, Jacob, are you banning people suddenly? Don't ban me. You talking like that, like you want to get banned? We've got look, I've got no time for these fucking weirdos. These weirdos, you can get gone. All right. I like my chat, even if there's fucking 30 people only and they're just not being a bunch of weirdos. Just don't be a weirdo in the chat. Like, be a cool weirdo. Like, I'm kind of weird, but I think it's like the cool version of weird. Like, yes, I teeter the line sometimes, but that's kind of the fun. You never know. Am I in Canada? Am I in America? It's kind of fun. Well, technically, I guess for me, it would be Mexico. But that's neither here nor there.
Hi, guy. Yeah.
But look, Chiesa, I just heard about it. He used to be a hot shot. Now it's like, who the fuck? So to me, if he bangs or not,
he's getting old too, bro. He's getting
old. Last player we were
right?
talking about from Juve was Dybala, and honestly, he still has a release clause of like 20 mil that no one's activated. Antoine Griezmann as well has a release clause of about 12 million, Leo. And I think today, if you saw France versus Netherlands, now you understand why maybe people are not so quick to pick up that $12 million release clause.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right, bro. And and you know what, bro? It's players like Nico Williams and all these other young talents that are coming up and coming, bro, that are gonna honestly push these old heads out of the way.
You want Dybala? Will you take Dybala?
No.
I mean, Balla is in his name, so like, is he Dybala?
But he ain't D-baller, homie.
That's what I'm saying. He might be
No, he
Dybala,
ain't
but he's not
D-baller,
Dybala.
indeed.
World Cup
Yeah,
champion,
no, he
mind
ain't
you,
the
by
one
the
we
way.
need.
He is a World Cup champion. That's something Giovanni Lo Celso can hold as well. Speaking of Gio, he
Nuts.
played last night, came on as a substitute appearance. People told me Leo, you see how easy that is. People told me that Gio deserves a redemption arc at Spurs. I said, get him the fuck gone, because how in 6 years is it going to take you to hit the same amount of appearances for the club as Emerson Royale did in about 2.5 years? It's crazy to me. I think the more we get these old dusty dudes out the club, the better off we'll be. So that's kind of the area in which I want to target, is like the Giovanni Lo Celso's got to go. He's got to go. We've done a lot of turnover with Ange Postecoglou thus far. Obviously, Dyer, Lloris. I'm still waiting for Davies to go, but we've got Sanchez gone. We still need to ship Sergio Reguilon, but we got Sessegnon out the door. We got Ndombele out, fucking sorted. So we're not paying
Finally,
that
bro.
motherfucker.
Finally.
Finally. We still got to figure out Jed Spence to Genoa.
He's probably gone as well, too, here soon.
You know,
So you're a fraud
Xerxes
now, huh?
has been touted around a bunch of clubs as, that striker Xerxes. He plays for Genoa. And I was a little bit like,
Noah.
maybe we just say, hey, you can have Jed Spence. You can have Spence. We get Xerxes. We'll give 15 mil plus Spence. Huh? Talk to me nicely. Pick up Christopher Ward. Don't time him out if he calls me a fraud. You're allowed to call me a fraud. Where I'm from, that's a term of endearment. So call me a fraud all you want. No one time him out for that. Yeah. Look. How are we going to refresh and push forward by keeping a player that started 17 games in 5 years? We looked at his injury record too. So, Leo, let me ask you while I've got you. Giovanni Lo Celso, keep or sell?
Get rid of him, bro.
And Ndombele to Colorado Rapids, here we go.
I'll take him.
Bro, he ain't running in that altitude. Get out of here.
Nah, bro. Homie, nah, but I guarantee you, once he tries some of this Colorado cabbage, he's gonna be around here kicking it with me, boy, Lotto. He'll be eating KFC over here with me, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It'd be good. Hey, he might enjoy himself in Colorado. I'll be completely honest.
Hey,
You can have yourself
he
a good old
probably
time,
might be a
bro.
shit athlete, bro, but I bet you he's a pretty cool person, homie.
Some say this is what being linked with Spurs does to a man. Can you see these two faces, Leo, of Ezzy and Conor Gallagher? They don't look happy. And they're saying this is what being linked to Spurs. Let me ask you about Conor Gallagher. Would you like him? And at what price? What's the most you'll spend on Conor Gallagher and help out? Well, I guess it's not even helping Chelsea anymore because they found a way to like bypass the trouble they were in financially. Conor Gallagher, for you, would you take him at Spurs?
Yeah, I would, bro. I would, just because I feel like his heart's in the right place. And I say that because like he's a Chelsea player through and through, right? And he probably wears that on his and he wears like his pride on his sleeve, bro. And if the rumors are true that he doesn't want to come to Spurs, then that means we probably won't ever get him or go for him. But if it was just hearsay, right? It's good to hear shit like that because you want to get a player like a Richarlison type that's gonna wear that their team on their sleeve. Because there's tons of players, bro, that could be professionals, right? That could play for probably not their most hated rivals or maybe even their most hated rivals, bro. But at the end of the day, they understand that like their boyhood club, they became surplus to requirements there. And the best option was to stay in London and go to one of your rivals. Like, you got to at some point become a professional. And if he's able to do that, bro, I'll definitely take him for anywhere from 30 to maybe even 40 mil, bro.
I've always said 30 mil on Conor Gallagher. If we can get Højbjerg out the door, we can get Skip out the door, which he wants to leave. We're going to need a midfielder who's at least serviceable in the sense that Conor Gallagher, the things that he does do well will be the things that we would ask of him, which is a shit ton of running and winning the ball back. And then also like getting forward even though maybe don't shoot the fucking ball because it's not always great when he does, but just being an engine, like to me, it doesn't move the needle, but it would make sense if we get rid of Højbjerg and Skip, if he's a replacement there. I've often said, like, maybe he could challenge Basuma or Sar, but Ainge has repeatedly said, I don't want a 6, I don't want an 8, and I don't want a 10. I want midfielders who can play all 3 positions at different points during the game. Conor Gallagher may not be able to play all 3 positions well, but he has enough versatility to do aspects of all 3 positions, which is something that Ainge looks for. So for me, it's not the worst, but if we went 50, 60-ish, which is kind of around the minimum that they're looking, that's when I get a little froggy about it. And I say, meh.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I definitely agree.
This is a good
It's got
point
to
from
make
Rowan
sense,
as well.
bro.
Say that again?
It's just it for me. It's gonna have to make sense, bro, for it to work out. And the homegrown quota does that does come into play. And yeah, you know, it's kind of that phrase that gets tossed around. It's better, sometimes better to have you know, a master of all. What is it? A jack of all trades, but you know, not necessarily a master of one.
Yeah, jack of all trades, but a master of none is what they say.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that if that's what's gonna do it, then that's
You know, to
totally
be
doable,
fair,
bro.
I made a living off of being that good at a whole bunch of shit, just not perfect at one thing. And there is value in that, I would say. But when I look at the window, my thought was always, if we can get at least 4 players that I know walk into this 11, then I'm like, okay, we're serious. Ezzy would be one. Connor may be one, but I don't know. I don't think so. Is Sar worse than Connor? Can Connor do what Sar does? I don't know. Can he do what Basuma does? Probably, because Basuma's not always good at it. But the times when Basuma is good at it, is it worth enough seeing more Gallagher in the sense of maybe you only get that Basuma once? I don't know. I feel like Connor just adds more questions into the midfield, whereas in Ezzy, that is an automatic yes. He will be in the starting lineup. Nico Williams, Johan Bakayoko. I know people are not getting Nico Williams. I understand. We looked at his fucking wages. It's alleged that he wants north of 300,000 a week. We are not going to pay that. We paid Toney Ndombele 200,000, and he was our most expensive player last year. He didn't even fucking play for us. So my point in saying all that is, like, this isn't one of those signings that fulfills that role of the 4 for me. But if we got Toney, if we got Ezzy, that's 2 out of the 4. Now we need another 2. Can Connor do all that? Maybe. Can he not? Maybe. I don't have a fucking crystal ball. Hey, big up Yan. It's good to see you in the house, my friend.
Maybe you've touched on this in your last shows, bro. But is Toney gaining momentum? Is the Ivan Toney to
Allegedly,
Tottenham
we
gaining
agreed to
momentum?
personal terms. We're just
That's what I heard too.
This is all alleged because it's all just fucking people spewing shit. So, like, who
Who
knows
alleged it,
what's
though?
true or
Who
not?
alleged it, though, Jacob?
Sports pedo, because everyone's like, how immature of you to call him a pedo. And I was like, I didn't. It's his fucking Twitter name, Sports Pete, the letter O. And you read it and it says Sports Pedo. And I went on a whole rant about how this man should change his fucking name. But according to Sports Pedo, we agreed to personal terms. We sent a $40 million bid and they said, go fuck yourself. So Tony's down to go. Tony's down to clown with Tottenham Hotspur. It's just a matter of we'll probably do that dance. You know, the dance that we like to do. To me, we should spend at least as much as we spent on Richarlison as we would. Like Richarlison, no one can convince me. I know for a fact why we bought Richarlison. Because the fucking World Cup was coming up. Brazil was top 3 favorites to win the fucking thing. And he was Brazil's number 9. It was very simple to see why we bought that guy. It wasn't because of anything other than that. I guarantee it. I know, and my source is trust my fucking gut. I'm always right about these kinds of conspiracies. But to me, yeah, someone says, yeah, see, the 40 million bid for Toney was fake. But according to Sports Pedo, it wasn't. Just don't let him do
Yeah, no,
children. But
Tony's
Leo,
another one, a player that I
talk
don't
to
know
me
how
about
I
Toney.
feel with. I'm just mixed, bro. Like I don't know how I feel. Like if I'm playing some street ball, then I want Toney on my team. But if I'm trying to play some proper attractive football, bro, I don't know if I really want Toney on my team, bro. And the reason I say that is just because
I'm
like
gonna sell you on him. Go ahead.
no,
I
well,
want you to
that's
finish your
fair.
thought, but I'm gonna sell you.
I just feel that like he's a baller, bro. Like don't and I'm not taking anything away from him physically or even like he's a fucking he's a very intelligent player, bro. It's just for me, I feel that like the way our squad is, it would be kind of detrimental to maybe bring in a player of the of Tony's personality, if that makes sense. I just feel that like he'd be the type of person that like rolls up the towel and is the one walking around smacking everybody, like the high school shit in the locker room.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my neighbors. They get kind of loud with their cars. I don't know if like Tony's the type of player that would like be in there joking around and just just being like a little drama setter. I just get like weird vibes from Toney, bro. And like I said, it's nothing to do with him as a player because he's a fucking baller, bro. And whoever he goes to, even if he does end up at Spurs, bro, like I will definitely seeing our chance for him or whatever have you. But I don't know if I want to introduce that type of a personality into what type of dressing room Ange is trying to develop. If that makes sense, bro.
Yeah. Well, I can see all that, and I hear you. But
So I'll call
attitude,
you.
like this guy, he did say fuck Brentford while they were paying him a weekly allowance. So to me, that is like a mark on your character. But this whole attitude thing, this whole nomenclature, I think that's just English media, and they love doing that shit. Oh, he broke the law. He's got an attitude. He said fuck Brentford, and he does interviews where he says, I have aspirations of playing for Real Madrid. I'm going to leave Brentford one day. What is so wrong? That's not an attitude. That's a do with ambition. That's a guy saying shit that Harry Kane couldn't even say, and y'all knocked him for not having ambition. So it's like, you say you want to leave, you're an asshole. You don't ever leave, you have no ambition. So for me, I see it both ways in that regard. But as a player, like the betting thing, I don't give a fuck about betting. It's legal here in America.
Me either.
It don't really bother
Yeah.
me. He wasn't betting on the outcome of the game. He was more just betting on like himself, which if you can't bet on yourself, then what the fuck is your confidence? But anyway, we move. As a player, watching him come up with Brentford and play in the Premier League, that's the amount of exposure I've had to him. I didn't watch him when he was at Newcastle beforehand, before he played for Brentford in the championship, but I remember watching him in the playoffs when Brentford came up, and I was watching him because this is around the time we were talking about, oh, we need a Harry Kane backup. His ankles get shot. We need a Harry Kane backup. Before Richarlison, before any of that, we didn't have a Harry Kane backup. So I was scouting, doing my research as a dutiful Spurs fan, trying to see who can back up Harry Kane and play the most like him. Maybe not to the same level or the extent of talent, but at least play the game the same. And to me, the three names I landed on were, at the time, were Ivan Toney, Ollie Watkins, and Patrick Bamford. Them three reminded me the most of the same Harry Kane play style, sort of, if that makes sense.
Right.
In the sense of like, as a 9, they will receive the ball at any point in the pitch, and they can turn and distribute to the wingers. At Brentford, Ryan Mbeumo and Johan Vissa benefited so much when Ivan Toney was there. The whole he didn't get a GA thing, he didn't score a goal in the last 12 games. I understand. People have purple patches of low moments. He didn't play all fucking season. So like, I can see why that would happen. But when it comes to Ivan Toney as a player, the link-up play, the connecting, the forward attack in progressing the ball down the pitch, I think he helps that out in the same way Harry Kane does. Maybe not drops as deep, but versus us this year, I remember Ivan Toney fucking receiving the ball just beyond the halfway circle, fucking turning on the half turn, scooping it, and through ball over the top to whoever it was at the moment. I don't remember. May have been fucking Neil Maupay for all I know, but it was somebody. And Newcastle had done it. Isak is good at it as well, but we're obviously not getting Isak, so I'm not going to talk about Isak. But Ivan Toney, to me, last year they were talking about 100 mil. Now we're talking about half, 50% off. I love me a clearance sale. You know who else does? Your BFF, allegedly, Daniel Levy. So to me, it makes a lot of sense in the player standpoint and the financial standpoint. And for us, like the knocks that I've heard is like, oh, he's 29, oh, he cheated, and you know his attitude and this and that, a lot of that is relative. He's a 29-year-old, but he ain't your 29-year-old. He's himself, right? When LeBron James was 29 years old, you think anyone wouldn't have fucking signed him? I'm not saying he's LeBron James, don't get me wrong, but I'm just making the point that age is only a number. Cristiano Ronaldo is starting for Portugal in the Euros, and he's fucking 41. So what are we talking about when it comes to age? Again, he's not the level of Cristiano Ronaldo, but he took a lot of time off. That's a lot of wear and tear not put on the tires of the automobile being Ivan Toney. So to me, there's a lot of reason that 2-3 year deal, I would take a 2-year deal on Ivan Toney right now, because I think go ahead.
I see and I hear everything you're saying, and I'll pose this question to you. You say he reminds you or has characteristics or shows the type of play, link up play, distribution, the falling back, the type of characteristics that Harry Kane shows. Is Tottenham still playing that type of ball where we're going to need that player to be doing that? Is Tottenham still playing the type of ball where Harry Kane is essential to us, where the Harry Kane position is essential to us? Or do you think with Ange trying to bring in different type of players is because we're trying to focus, or not focus, but trying to shift our play style to maybe not having that that center forward or that Harry Kane type player, having to drop back and link up play? Because you're right. Toney does that very well. There's very few players that can receive the ball with their back against the goal and have the intelligence, the vision, and to place a well-weighted ball. Ivan Toney's one of those players, bro. He's a fucking baller. But is his characteristics, is his play style the type that Tottenham need next season? Or should Tottenham be trying to focus their should they be focusing their attention on Eze, right? Because Eze could, it's just like you said, we're not going to want to bring in an 8 or 10 or a 6. We're going to want to bring in the versatility. I think Toney can't go out on the wing, can he?
Allegedly, but the way that I want to use Ivan Toney is I want him to link up play in the. I think about the times where Richarlison or even Sonny, and this is not a knock on Sonny, but Sonny's not an out-and-out striker like to this style. The guy at the top of the opponent's box with his back to the goal receives the ball, and on the half turn, no run, no step, can generate enough in their shot to fucking beat the keeper, top bins. Toney's got that. Santiago Jimenez has got that, but we don't know if Santiago Jimenez can make it in the Premier. I'm throwing him out there because last October he was priced at 100 million, Santiago Jimenez, and now we were allegedly linked with him as well. But to me, Ivan Toney has all the positive sides of a striker like a Santiago Jimenez. If just throwing out names of strikers that we've been linked with. To me, why I would pick Toney is because like that pure number 9, that guy who can just fucking generate power off the boot like that. To me, Harry Kane had it. He spoiled me. I grew up with a Harry Kane playing that. So when I see a striker like Richarlison on the half turn shoot a farty, whimpery shot at the fucking keeper, it really bothers me because I'm like, that's not what I want my striker to look like. Like, there's nothing that I think Richarlison does better on the pitch than a Harry Kane. Someone argued with me earlier. They said, "Oh, well, Richarlison's faster." I said, "I don't think so. I don't believe it." But maybe.
I just feel like we, and this is again my opinion, bro. I just feel like we need to find a striker that's going to get the ball on the stride, and not the striker that's going to get the ball with his back against the goalie, the keeper.
But how many?
We're having to give.
Go ahead. No, sorry. I don't want to interrupt
If we're having to rely on our freaking goal scorer to have his back against the fucking keeper and then make a play to somebody else who's probably going to end up putting a cross into this box where our keepers or where our center forward's not even there anymore because he was up the pitch trying to link up the play. I think we need to find players I think Basuma needs to fucking get his boots in gear. I think Bentancur needs to get his boots in gear, and I think Sarr needs to get his boots in gear. And our midfield needs to work. We've already got the doings of a good midfield, bro. It's already in place. I don't want my center. I don't want my striker to have to be linking up to play. I want my striker to be there when the wingers are putting in the crosses, and I want my striker there.
That's what Bayern fans are bitching about right now. What you're saying, exactly to a T, like verbatim what you said, is what I've heard Bayern fans saying. I want my striker to do what you just said. I don't want him dropping deep, linking up to play. I want him where the play's ending up. And I agree. But my
and that's what Richarlison does, Jacob.
Oh, what? That he can go on the break?
He's there, and he can look. I'm just trying to look at shit differently, right? We've already got.
I like it.
We've already got great players, bro. We've got Richarlison is. People hate him or people love him. That's just how it is, bro. That's just how it is. That's how society is, bro. But I fancy him to put the ball in the back of the net over a ton of other players, bro, because that's what he does. You give him the ball, you give him the surface, he will do what he needs to do. Probably not 100%, bro, but I fancy him a lot more than I do tons of other players. But I want my midfield.
You're saying that about Richarlison, just so I'm clear.
I'm talking about Richarlison. Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I'm going to debate you on that in just a second, but guess what? Special surprise. It's some guy named Nick. What's cracking, my G? Did you like my singing
what's
voice,
up?
or do you hate me like my family?
Oh man, listen, man. I love you like a brother, and it's being right here is like being with family. It's three Americans talking about soccer. What could piss off the rest of the soccer world more? That's what I'm saying. Leo, much love, my man. What's that?
I said, how could we piss him off more? I was like, pineapple pizza? That might piss him off.
Yeah. You're right. It pissed off a lot of Italians. Leo, my brother, man, big up, my man. Long time no speak. I got to get back at you, man. Definitely, man. This Ivan Toney thing, man.
He brought in Richarlison too, so I'm throwing Richarlison in there too.
And Richarlison, man.
Yeah,
listen,
now you got to talk about both.
What is it with London teams and strikers? Because ain't a damn single team has been able to produce a decent striker or bring in another one for big money in the last 10 years that has really done anything. Chelsea, Arsenal, across the board. I don't think Ivan Toney's the man. I've been back and forth. I'm going to throw something out there that nobody's going to like. And, David Harris reminded me of it the other day.
Big up the Irish Hotspur every single time, even though he
at this point right now, man, do something crazy. Go for Kavicha. Do something crazy. Put the big money out there on a superstar winger. And, let's keep Richarlison and put Kulu in the middle and say, fuck it, let's go. Let's strengthen the areas where we need to take on players from the sides and really get the balls in, and let the people in the center who we know that can at least just stick a foot out and put the ball in the back of the net and let them do that. Let's stop trying to replace Kane, because you're never going to replace Kane.
Yeah.
That's not a thing. Yeah. You're not going to replace Harry Kane in Tottenham Hotspur. That's done. You have to move on from that, and you have to build another team, right? So let's start building another team. Just throwing that out there. Yeah.
So you want me to do what I have trouble doing, and that's separate my emotions from my
from your reality brain, right? Yeah. Yes.
So,
I want you to think clearly, but also think with your heart, which is nobody can do.
My heart says Richarlison's not good enough. I need a fucking striker. I don't think, Leo, before you joined, Leo was saying that Richarlison can pick up the ball and do these things that we're talking about. I don't think that he can. I think any striker we bring in will be able to do everything that he does, but better.
Okay, two things to that. Okay, first off, do you think Richarlison could be a good second striker? Because I'm putting that out there, there is no world where
In
it
my
makes sense
perfect
for us
world,
to be
I think
putting
we talked-
all our eggs in. We have to have one main striker to replace Kane as our main striker, as the face of Tottenham Hotspur, which sure as hell Ivan Toney is not. But that's not what we should be doing. We should have multiple center forward options right now. Especially if we're going to play in a Postecoglou system, we should have multiple center forwards options. And is Richarlison not good enough to be in that kind of system? I say I don't agree with that.
I think he's the kind of guy that needs
Great point, Nick. Great point.
minutes to feel like he's doing something. Like, in my opinion, I think when he came here and there was Kane, he needed mental help. Like, he clearly had to go see a therapist for some shit, and he wasn't getting what he was wanting out of life. And I can see where a guy like Richarlison needs to be the guy, but he can't be at this club, in my opinion. He cannot be, because if that's the level we're talking about, like you said, could he be a backup striker? To me, I want my striker.
Could he be an additional striker,
starting striker,
a second striker, an additional striker?
In my perfect world, Nick, I think we talked about this, or maybe I was on my own when I talked about this, but I said in a perfect world, we sell Richarlison for in and around what we bought him for, use that money, get Jimenez, and then go get Toney and let Jimenez challenge Toney for the starting position, and let's see if he can hack in the Premier League without really risking the biscuit and putting all our eggs in a basket of an Eredivisie striker, which we know some of us are still kind of salty about. For me, in an ideal world, I just don't think he's good enough. I think he's a good enough Premier League striker, but not to challenge the league. Again, what is my end goal for my club? My hope is to get us in a position where we legitimately challenge on all fronts. But I mean, I don't mean like legitimately challenge like when Levy say in front of people, I want to legitimately challenge. I'm talking about motherfucking going to the wire. Like, if we got a Carabao Cup
head to head.
and if we got a Carabao Cup and we were within 10 points of top spot, I would feel like we were actually cooking.
Define for me what does going head to head mean? Like, what does Tottenham not have right now? What they need to have
in the league
to be able to go head to head?
I would say for me, what head to head means is I would need us to do in the league what Arsenal have done with the league leaders, and not lead the league, like be in the conversation, in the fucking race at least. Like, even when we were top spot 10 games in, I never felt like we were actually in that race. We were just at the fucking table, but we weren't eating. And
what do they have that we don't right now? Is it depth?
Players that can start for everyone else. That's what they got. That's what I want.
In their first 11?
We've got. Yeah, in their 18
or in their first 22.
I'm gonna say you could look at City's bench, not Arsenal specifically, but if you look at Man City, I mean, they bring on Bernardo Silva. He starts for everybody in the Premier League. They bring on Julian Alvarez as a striker. He starts for everybody. He was kind of dog shit last night, but he would start for everybody in the Premier League. They're talking about 90 million for Julian Alvarez. He didn't even fucking start. And they have so much quality at every position that it's this, like, if we could get to where it's not backups, it's players competing. Like, again, I got laughed at for saying we should go sign Alphonso Davies. If he's up for if Real Madrid are offering 50, go off for 65, because to me, he is a player that can legitimately say, I can take Destiny's job. And he'd probably come in and do it. And then Destiny would have to fight for his job. And Destiny, I think he would start for everybody else in the Premier League. Same thing with Van de Ven. Same thing with Romero.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced on. We've talked about that. But that's three players that I just mentioned that I feel like are getting to that conversation of what you're talking about. How do we get there? It's a long process. It is a long process. It's not going to be done in one window, 2 windows, 3 windows. But it is getting to a point where at least our 11 is filled with that level of a player where the whole world says, yeah, Van de Ven's a fantastic player. Udogi's a fantastic player. And now Real Madrid are in for Romero, which apparently last year Spurs fans told me he ain't shit. But now this year, Real Madrid are in for him. And apparently that's the fucking benchmark. That's the standard, right? So,
yes. Well, Jacob, the problem is that you're listening to Spurs fans.
Yeah, that's my problem.
I mean, I listen to them every day, and I end up walking into walls. However, listen, we are stuck in this system in which you are doing the same thing that gets every other team that's in and around us caught up in a mire, which is using, as Leo said quite astutely, using Manchester City as the benchmark. Because, yes, they are, because they have won everything, but no other team in this league that we're playing in. And in fact, in the world, other than Real Madrid and slightly Barcelona, and even a little bit Bayern, is really of that level where they have been able to manipulate the system to where they have gotten right now. So we are a team that has only got the tools that we have in front of us to manipulate them, thanks to Daniel Levy. Okay.
Well, my rebuttal for you were waiting for the chat to start. Fuck this guy. He's a fucking Levy sleeper cell.
My window.
No,
for me, listen, I got my problems with him too, but it's the only reason we're eating at this table right now. But Nick,
I'm not saying we got to be. I'm not saying we got to be Man City next year, and our squad has to be to that level. That is an unrealistic expectation. That is delusion. And that's not what I'm going at. What I'm going at is if we can build an 11 that at least looks like that while actually getting a cup along the way to build and continue building and pick up a cup along the way. Just a simple energy cup. Just a little energy. Klopp was tired. They fucking gave him a cup. Ten Hag is ass, and he's gotten 2 cups in 2 years. This is the shit that bothers me. I want Ainge to get fucking 2 cups in 2 years. We win FA and Carabao Cup next year. Talk to me nicely. That's 2 cups in 2 years. That's something we could legitimately fucking do. If
so, is the Toney signing solving that problem? So, if we sign Toney,
it is stepping in that direction. But Toney's not a long-term solution. But he is a solution for a legit number 9 that can score in the Premier League and can score versus Premier League caliber teams. He can do that. He's proven it.
Can he do that?
20 plus goals for Brentford
and a situation that he's creating a toxicity, a la allegedly. The last 6 months.
We don't know that.
6 months of his
allegedly.
Career.
That's alleged.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Alleged,
so
we don't.
Just to throw it a little curveball at you right here. We all pay obeisance to this phone call from Ange. I am not convinced that this phone call with Ivan Toney is going to turn out that good. It hasn't happened. We've never talked about personal terms with this player. And apparently we haven't actually really done a bit. There's just fake channels out there throwing out that we've even, put a bid in there. So I don't even know if Ivan Toney is really on the list, frankly, from all the bullshit that I've heard.
I've heard we sent it, and I've heard that was fake news, but
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Everybody and their grandmother, including me, thinks, well, yeah, he would make a hell of a lot of sense for the way we're playing and what we're doing, and to try to alleviate our goal drought right now because he can score goals, but he hasn't scored goals since he came back, and he seems to be a problem. And in this squad that we're trying to develop a cohesion and a winning mentality, I don't know, man. Like you're looking at placing a bet on one of the greatest redemption arcs in the history of English football, at least.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I don't think that I would want to even entertain that, honestly. I just don't, you guys. And that's just because, like I said, it's just the risk and the reward is, that arc
is a risk. And thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Risk and reward. Risk assessment evaluation.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction here, and I'm gonna say this with certainty. Wherever Ivan Toney ends up at, he's not scoring more goals than Richarlison next season. And that's
hang on, wait. Let me get you. Wait, we gotta get that clip of
Jacob's about to clip that.
No, I need one of the moderators. 1 hour 56:15. I'm asking the question. Leo, you said what?
I think Hotspur Hippie just coined the term fart. Is that yeah? Listen, every time I get on the subway in New York, I say, "God damn, I'm fart."
I don't know what that means, but it's one of those.
I as in Daniel
Hey.
fart.
Oh, Daniel Farke. But Leo, you said, oh.
Yeah.
I want to have you full screen. So,
Go ahead, my
you
homie.
said, what about Richarlison and Ivan Toney next year? 1 hour, 57
said-
minutes on the dot.
Yeah, on the dot. This is my prediction for next year. I honestly believe wherever Ivan Toney ends up, regardless of the team he goes to, my boy, Lee Smitty's boy, Prue Richarlison is bagging more goals than Ivan Toney. You heard it here first.
Hey, and if that's true, big up. But if
You heard
it's
it here
not,
first.
I'm in the mud. Yeah, you heard it here first. Fucking, hey, I love that. I hope you're right too, because if I'm wrong and you're right, then that means I'm gonna be doing the bomba all fucking day. I'll do it during the watch songs. I don't give a damn.
They know
But
where
look,
to find me, homie.
Let me throw
Hotspur,
something out to you
Daniel
guys
Levy
about
told you.
Richarlison. Let me throw something out to you guys about Richarlison. Where is this kind of a narrative developed where Richarlison has to be the man in the team? I've never seen that in any team that he's been in. In Everton, in Wolves, he has shown that he is good enough to play with very good players in a very good team. But I'm not really like, where has he been like, yeah, I'm the man and you have to build the team around me? I don't think that that's it. I think he's had a whole shitload of problems and he's had a whole shitload of fucking injuries. I don't think he's the answer to all our problems either, but I think he can be a very effective striker and he needs somebody else there. You put him in the back of Harry Kane who wants to leave and you are setting a person up for failure. Straight up right there.
Especially-
you're going to make a person go to therapy. And you're talking from a person that's in therapy right now with my wife because of all the problems I've developed for myself in trying to live up to other people. Put Richarlison next to Harry Kane. Guess what? You're the next Harry Kane. We just paid $60 million for you. Therapy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you put it that way, you make me. But look, to me, if you're that guy, it don't matter whose shadow you think, because you feel like you're bigger and above all that. To me, but it's an interesting conversation because we still have a whole bunch. Like David says, we got Valise, Lancashire, a lot of young kids, and
Yes.
I have doubts. Bro, if my starting 11, if I have to see Werner, Richarlison, and Brennan Johnson in a starting 11, I may fucking lose it. My wife may actually divorce me for the things I say every day. I wake up cursing the high heavens for making me fall in love with Tottenham Hotspur. But look, we're about to hit 2 hours in about 5 seconds, and there's still over 210 of y'all in the house. So make sure you are hitting a like. I saw earlier the mods were pushing. We hit over 100 likes, so the dog's going to get fed. But if you want the dog to eat good food, if we get to 150 likes, I'll make sure this dog eats some good food. How about that? I usually, YouTube likes it when you threaten a dog for likes. Like, I noticed, I used to have Chewy on, 150 likes easy, no problem, because the viewers love a dog. Chewy was getting sick and he was stinky like a poo-poo, so I had to keep him on the patio for a few weeks. Bro, 100 likes was like pulling teeth. Chewy back, hey, we're gonna hit 100 likes. This is the like Paul says over at the Hotspur Hippie. He's like, if I do a video and there's a tree in the back, I'm giving away the fucking KFC secret recipe here. But he says if I have a tree in the background, for some reason YouTube fucking pushes the video to so much more people. They love shrubbery and YouTube. They love animals and shrubbery. I think that's the key. But
trees, dogs, and babies, buddy. That's how you get the views and the money, man. And don't ever try to. If they're always going to get more than you do. So you work them in the best way you can, man. And big up to Chewy for that.
Hey, big up to Chewy for helping me milk the likes like a fucking juicy cow. But Leo's, talk to me. Where can the people find you? What do you have coming up? Thank you so much. It's been a very long time since you've joined the channel. Obviously, didn't get to talk about.
Time, bro. I'm gonna make some more
obviously
time
didn't get to talk about everything, but I wanna have you on more if you're available. I want to get your channel up over to 1K. So I think you're like what, less than 200, and you're at 1K. If everyone who's 215 people watching, if they go subscribe to the Mile High Hotspur right now, he could hit 1K. And you know what? That will motivate him to fucking do a lot more content. So he does a lot of content as it is. Game day blogs. You get to see life as an American being a Tottenham Hotspur supporter. What is that? Let me
937. We're almost there, man. Little by little. You know what I mean?
63. Your phone's about to die. You fucking madman. You're a psychopath operating on 1% crazy man. But look, 63, 73, 60, 70 people right now. You can get him to 1K, and this man can start making money on YouTube. Don't you want to help out the homie? Come on, Mile High Hotspur. Don't think about it.
It's either that or I'm gonna have to
and
start
go tell him this,
kids
Jamie. Subscribe to him. Subscribe to Leo. Tell him Richarlison is mid, and then you know what? He can go on his channel and make the same claims, and we'll all go there when he's wrong, or we'll all go there when he's right. I think he's gonna be wrong personally, but I love like. This is the thing that people don't get, and like the chat was moving crazy. So I want to clarify something. Like, just because I'm not fucking mentally unstable about Daniel Levy doesn't mean that I'd like the fucking guy. I just love my life. I have a beautiful life, a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful children, a stinky fucking dog that loves me way too much. All right, I got way too many cool shit going on to be miserable about some bald short fucker in London. So again, that applies to more than just Daniel Levy. But I'm saying this because of a few reasons. Like, I like people who fucking hate Daniel Levy. I like people who fucking love Daniel Levy. I like people who are like me. They don't give a fuck about Daniel Levy, except for the fact that, you know, there's some decisions he's made that I don't agree with. I think he could do better. But as humans, we can all be better, can't we? Look at yourself in the mirror a little bit. Say, how can I be better than I was yesterday? I'm sure you have some things that you can work on as well as I do as well. But look, I'm falling into a whole tangent of self-love and self-care. So what a better segue to throw it to just some guy out there on the East Coast with, last time he joined us was in a television studio. It was quite swanky. But this time it looks like that's a fax machine behind you?
That's right. You know, I'm in
a lie detector test.
No, man, I'm in a fucking a room where you get, you know, people try to get a confession out of you from the 1980s. Listen, man, but you know, seriously, man, it doesn't get into the Levy love, Levy hate thing, man. You know, we all have our opinions, and it's best to be moderate about them.
Nick, you don't wake up and say, "No, Daniel Levy." You roll over and you kiss your wife and say, "Good morning, honey. What a beautiful life we share." Huh?
Sometimes,
is that what you do?
Honestly, sometimes I roll over.
What kind of a fan are you?
And look at my wife, and I see Levy's bald head, and I go, yeah, you know, and then you know, I wake up.
See, if I was there, I would be unhinged online about Daniel Levy. But you know, I could say officially, I don't start thinking about Daniel Levy till around lunchtime ish. Then I'm like, you know, hopefully Daniel's doing something over there. But literally, you know, life's so fucking beautiful, man. But Nick, thank you so much for joining. I know I told you it was going to be for a short time, and then we went about over 30 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's all I'm good for is a little bit of short time. You know, I want to say big up to Leo, man. Everybody support Mile High Hotspur. I got to get at you, brother, man, because there's so much that I got to say and about the epic journey that you've had. It's just been too much for me to even take in, frankly. Yeah, but, you know, cheers. Jacob, man, you know, you're out here being the level head, you know, for some of us who just, you know, we can't express ourselves in such an eloquent manner, you know, when it comes down to, you know, just talking about soccer and Tottenham Hotspur in a way that's not, you know, just one way. Levy yes or Levy no. You know, the football club is more than Daniel Levy. Yeah.
That's very true, because you want to know what else it consists of? A little bit of this. Yeah.
It consists of pasta coglu cootie love.
A little bit of this, huh?
I don't even know what that is. That looks like something.
I think it's a form of BDSM that you could purchase it in Amsterdam
Yeah.
for like 15.
Yeah,
bucks.
that looks like something that I saw in Chelsea in Manhattan recently.
Hey, shout out everyone. Also, Indian Gooner. I want to say big up my American brethren in the fucking Cricket World Cup. They're cooking. Cook them Indies. Bro, USA top 8, USA number 1, baby. Cricket's always been my second favorite sport. And if you don't know,
USA
now you
play
know.
cricket?
USA's not, bro, we're in the top 8 in the world right now.
What?
We're in the final 8, baby. We're cooking. West Indies. We're playing them right now. So big up to you.
The world is gone crazy and upside down, but that's interesting to know.
It is crazy. Big up Jeff THFC. You guys aren't watching Copa America. I did a Copa
I know
America
it's
watch
on
along
right
yesterday.
now. Chile, Peru, yes, right
Chile,
now.
Peru.
Is that on right now?
But I'll tell you this right now. I exploded a whole bunch of energy, emotion, and passion into last night's watch along. So if you need a Copa America watch along for Argentina, last night's was a banger, and I enjoyed that very much. But look, I've enjoyed you both gentlemen very much. I'm over 2 hours. My wife is probably like, it's time to murder my husband. So before I get murdered or blow my nose on the badge like a one Harry Kane, I will kiss it. Wait, hang on. Sorry. I will kiss the badge because I love my Tottenham Hotspur. I don't love Daniel Levy. And it's okay to be a happy person. It's okay to be a happy person. So let's not like, and again, if fucking Leo from Colorado can somehow finagle away his arm around Daniel Levy, so can you. If you're so upset with him and you're listening to this and you're like, oh, Leo's such a sellout, bro, you can go find him and you can go tell him whatever you want. You know what I would tell him? Sign Kuti up. If you sell Kuti, I will fucking hunt you down. I will put the hurt on you. Do not sell Kuti Romero. So come on. You can find him.
Kuti, can't you see? Somehow your moves just hypnotize me. And I just love your sexy ways. I guess that's why everybody's broke and you're so paid.
I think
Levy don't pay.
Oh, I need to download that song because it's on Staffy's. It's on Staffy's StreamYard, but they made a video of my voice note me being Kuti Kuti Kuti, can't you see? And then my son's like,
get out of here. Get out of here.
You haven't heard it?
No, I haven't.
I sent so when
send me
Kuti
that link
scored,
because I ain't heard it because I thought that was my thing.
I'm gonna send it to you. You know, it's geniuses think alike. There is some motherfucker who's punching air at every move Albert Einstein made. Trust me. There's some motherfucker like, God, I thought that was me who said E equals MC square. But anyway, I digress. But I sent so Romero
funny.
scored. Here's an anecdote, a little background story of the clip. So Kuti scored, and all week people were talking shit. And so I sent a voice note to Staffy in a private group chat, I sent it and I said, Kuti, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. I fucking love Kuti Romero. He's the fucking GOAT, and I hope you know. And that was the voice note. That was the voice note.
I never heard that.
and he made a video of it. They played it for my intro. They dogged me for weeks, bro. To where if I go on to like the football terrace, there's gonna be at least 5 people being like Kuti Kuti Kuti, because that's how they know me, is like the guy who loves Kuti. So because of that, and it's because of Staffy. You know, he's helped the channel grow, and he's also helped people know my name, but then they're all out to get me because I love Kuti Romero. So you know what? Don't mean that trout can't get tickled, buddy. So make sure you're tickling that thing everywhere you go. But look, Jacob about to be dragged out the room by his ear. I think I made everyone's ears bleed with my singing. My family hates my singing. Everyone known to man hates my singing. But you know what? When there's a tune in your heart and a pep in your step, I don't know where I'm going with that, but ain't no fucking... You hit a like on the damn video. Subscribe to Mile High Hotspur. Get him to 1K. Subscribe to Irish Hotspur, because when I see Nick, I see Irish Hotspur. You ooze the Irish Hotspur. So make sure you're subscribed to the Irish Hotspur. Make sure you're subscribed here. All right. And as always, let me see what the poll ended on. It was about Nico Williams. Everyone says great player. Would cook for Ainge. Fantastic. That's how I feel. But I also feel like 300,000 a week. He ain't gonna be getting that. So
it ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna.
Chiesa in. He ain't too old.
You have the
But I don't wanna go
voice
further.
of an angel. You know, like the fucking ASPCA. Come on. In the you know, come on, Nick. Backup vocals here. Help me out. In the arms
You
of
lost me on that one,
angel.
Jacob. Leo, you know what the fuck he's talking about? No.
I know the commercials. Yeah. I've been up at like 3 in the morning before with nothing else to do but to watch the infomercials.
And it's like those sad dogs. Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Gotcha. The ones I try to forget when I wake up in the morning, but they get still
those.
stuck in my head. And then every time I walk by a cat on the street, I'm like, oh my God, here's $1.
Technically, you have to carry it with you everywhere you go from here on out the rest of your life, like me. But look, I'm looking for somewhere to redirect to. I see the Bayern Reds boys are live with their Friday Night Live. So if you're looking for some more content, Bayern Reds are live right now. So go on over there and say Jacob Raid. Make sure they know that I sent you. Big up TJ Warren. Big up Dietrich. Like 30 people joined the chat at once. I thought someone redirected. So, but big up to the 30 people who just all of a sudden popped up in here and said hello. And apparently it was Dietrich and TJ Warren. Big up Mile High Hotspur. Great dudes from a great city. Bad club choice. He also supports England national team and said, fuck USA.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I say that. I say both those things on a daily basis.
Anyway, I wish I could go longer, but I do want to stay married and wake up and look at my wife and not think about Daniel Levy. So I'm going to keep it moving. Make sure you say Jacob Raid to the next place. Hit a like if you haven't already. If you haven't already, you're probably not going to hit the like anyway. But if you're watching this back on playback, big up to you. Hello. Hope you're doing well. We'll be back on the weekend with something unless there's some big breaking news or if I can somehow assemble some kind of a panel. I don't know. My planning sucks. But these next few things are just for you out there if you're still listening. I want you to stay blessed. I want you to stay fresh. I need you to up the lads. And come on, you Spurs.
United Spurs of America.